This is what I like. That's having like a true audience. I can't believe you all didn't get up and go like, yeah, Justin Bieber! Fabulous. Well, this is my company, House of Math, and I'm going to talk to you about killing the lazy genius myth. And you're all, what's that all about? Well, all of us on this planet, in every country, believes that there are people who are magically good at mathematics. And best of all, they do nothing for it. They just woke up with a divine intervention of having all the math in the world in their heads. Well, let me say this in a kind of Norwegian kind of way. Yeah, that's kind of bullshit. When you look at videos or movies or series about the tortured genius, what do they spend most time doing? Are they on the beach? Are they hanging out? Are they partying? Are they watching Netflix? What are these geniuses always doing? They are working very hard, all the time. And every series, every movie, most of the time, they're the loners who don't go to the party, don't do the sports, don't entertain, they only sit and work. So why do we all buy in to the lazy genius, the person who just knows it all? I don't know. So, for me, this is what House of Math is all about. We're on a mission to empower your future through knowledge. And then I always say, and some hard work. Because you ain't getting nowhere without hard work. So let me show you a little video. Or not. I think. Do you have to start it from here? Thank you. Yeah, I think you have to go back to, and then you have to push play. Yeah, here. No, where it is, the purple, you have to push play. No, it's not. Okay. Technical problems, you don't get to see a video, but I'll tell you what it's about. It's fantastic, showing you how math is a nervous system of all of society. Math is the essence of everything. The reason we're sitting in this auditorium and the roof is not caving in, it's because of math. The reason you're sitting on that chair, you're not falling down, it's because of math. The reason why you're filming, it's because of math. The reason we have this light, or this screen, or this sound, it's all because of math. Math is a nervous system. Math is a universal tool to understand the world. If you know math, any subject out there will also open up to you. So I'm going to tell you the following. The biggest problem here, I need to make sure that this actually works, is that most of us don't know how to learn math in the smartest, easiest, and most efficient way. And how do we know that? Because no matter what country I go to, no matter who I talk to, there isn't a person who doesn't have a story with math. Can you imagine that wherever you are, when you look around, if you're in this country, another country, at work, in a kindergarten, wherever you are, every person you look at has a relationship with mathematics. And never has it ever happened that any of us lied in bed at night thinking, I wish I just flunked math. It never happened, ever. When we lie in bed at night on our own, thinking is then about how can I master math? How can I make this work? I'll tell you this. I'm the founder of House of Math. I have a master's in math. I have a minor in physics. I'm educated from Harvard and Stanford and wherever. But I'll tell you one thing. I flunked math in high school. Our grades in Norway starts at 1 and ends at 6. I got a 0. That's not even a grade in our system. And you're like, how can you stay on stage telling people you flunked math? You are such a miserable person. What a failure. Yes, I've failed over and over again. I'll say as Michael Jordan, 26 times have I been entrusted to take the game-winning shot and lost. He's at least failed 26 times in front of tens of thousands of people. Have you ever thought about him as a failure? Michael Jordan, just such a failure? You haven't. Look at Tiger Woods, the most winning golfer of all times. Of all times. Did you know that he loses 90% of all tournaments he attends? 90% of the time, he is a loser. He failed because he didn't win. We need to put things into perspective. You have this guy in Norway, which I think is the most incredible person ever. His name is Cato. When he was 15, he climbed up in one of these masts that has a lot of power in it, touched and burned off both his arms. Horrible tragedy. But do you know what he did 10 years later? He went to the South Pole on skis, 1,130 kilometers, 3,000 meter change, in minus 40 degrees without arms. Can you imagine doing 1,130 kilometers in minus 40 degrees on skis without arms? Some would call him an idiot for climbing up that mast, touching that, losing his arms. But can you imagine what he has proved? Failure is all about learning. Failure is all about getting better. And being a winner. Thank you. And being a winner isn't about winning. It's the choice of never giving up. I always said I was born with 2 holes in my heart. I was supposed to be dead by 12. I'm on way overtime. But I chose to be a winner. That means I chose to never give up. And now I get to be in Pakistan all the way from Oslo and talk to you. To me, that's winning. So let me now look at step 1. What do you do to learn math? What did I do? Because I had to teach myself all the math. I didn't get any help anywhere. So I know how it is to go from flunking to having a master's in math. It's a lot of work, but I'll tell you what I did. You need to decide you can do it. One of the biggest, #1 leader in Norway, Kristin Skogen Lund, she once asked me, what on earth made you think that you could do math when you flunked? I've also written 11 math books, so I've kind of done a lot of math. And I said, why shouldn't I? That's a crazy question, I figured. What's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with me. Okay, I have a little weird heart, but that's nothing to do with my head, does it? So I figured, why shouldn't I? People keep telling us all the time why we shouldn't be able to do stuff. And I was like, no, I can do whatever I want. Why shouldn't I be good at math? Millions of people are good at math. Why shouldn't I be one of them? It's actually unfathomable to me why I shouldn't be one of them. So I decide that I can do it. And that's what all you need to do as well. You just decide, I will do it. It's a decision. It's like deciding to be a winner. It's not about winning, it's about doing. And deciding to master math, it's about doing. Step 2. Or not. There we are. You need to fill in the gaps. One of the main reasons people struggle with math is they try to do math at a level they're not capable of. What I found out when I was 20 at the time, and I didn't even know fractions. I should have done equations and differentials, but how are you going to do that when you don't know fractions? It is impossible. So you need to fill in the gaps. You need to be able to walk backwards in order to move really fast forward. But you got to be willing to do the job. So you need to make sure you fill in the gaps. And then there's another thing. How do I know what my gaps are? Well, that's why I built House of Math. You can just go on, take a mapping quiz, and we'll find your gaps and you know where to start. We do individualized learning, not chucking you through the same pipe, thinking you're all the same, because you are not. But you need to fill in the gaps. Number 3, do loads of exercises. Do you remember I said, in these movies, you have to see how much math or whatever they do. If you saw the Netflix series now about Michael Schumacher, where is he when everyone's out partying? He's in the garage. Where is he when things are going on that everyone else is attending? He is with his team in the garage looking at his car. There's nothing different when it comes to math. It's a volume game. They say if you're going to become a top athlete, you need to put down 10,000 hours. 10,000 training hours. This ain't any different. And you don't have to become the best in the world either. So you don't have to put in nearly 10,000 hours. But you need to do the exercises. Loads of exercises. And at House of Math, we have unlimited amount of exercises. So we'll supply you forever, which is kind of nice. Step 4. For some reason, math is hard to read. It is for all of us. It's like you sit down, you read, and it's like, yeah, I kind of have no reason. I don't understand. Don't really know what this thing is telling me. But you cannot give up. Once when I was in university, I had to learn this it's like a little paragraph. It took me 12 hours. 12 hours. Why? Because it talked about so many things. I had no clue on what was. So for every sentence, it was like 4 sentences, that paragraph. I had to go to another book and read another chapter. But you need to learn the theory. At House of Math, we've made that all perfect through 3D animated videos, so you don't have to read it. You can just watch it in bite-sized, small modules. So it's built to the neuroscience of how we learn. Number 5, take breaks and do something else. Recent studies show that the way you learn the fastest is by doing one thing, jumping to something else, something completely different, and then going back again, and having these switchings. That is what optimizes your learning. That is the important part. And step number 6, which is the last, the only road to failure is giving up. Only road to failure is giving up. So whatever you do, you need to make sure you do not give up. That's the only thing that's going to stop what you're doing. So what's the summation of all this? It is the solution: fix the fundamentals to boost your potential. Thank you.